Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to another episode of Fun English Channel, the podcast that helps you unlock your full potential in learning English. Today, we're diving into a topic that resonates deeply with so many of you. I can understand English, but I can't speak it. Does this sound familiar? You can watch your favorite English movies, follow a YouTube tutorial, or even understand the news. But when it's time to speak, the words just don't come out. Your mind goes blank and frustration sets in. Don't worry, you are not alone. This is one of the most common challenges faced by English learners worldwide. And today we're going to unpack why this happens, how it feels, and most importantly, the steps you can take to overcome it. By the end of this episode, you'll have actionable strategies to help you gain confidence in speaking English. Settle in and let's get started. Why this happens. Let's begin by exploring why so many people experience this struggle. Understanding English but not being able to speak it fluently isn't unusual. It's a normal part of the language learning process. So, here are some tips to help you solve your problems. First, speak every day. The best way to improve your speaking skills is to speak regularly, preferably every single day. Treat speaking English like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Daily practice doesn't have to be overwhelming or time-consuming. Start small. For example, talk to yourself about what you're doing throughout the day. If you're cooking breakfast, narrate your actions. I'm cracking the eggs. Now I'm adding salt. I'll turn on the stove and fry the eggs till they're golden. Another way is to set aside 10 minutes each day to talk about a specific topic. Choose something simple like your favorite hobby, the weather, or what you plan to do tomorrow. If you're not sure where to start, look for a list of conversation topics online to guide you. If you live in a non-English speaking country, you might think it's impossible to practice speaking every day. But there are creative ways to overcome this challenge. For instance, record yourself speaking, then listen to the recording to analyze your pronunciation and fluency. You could even read a passage from a book or an article out loud and focus on how you sound. The key is consistency. Even 5-10 minutes of speaking practice every day can make a significant difference over time. Second, want a speaking partner? Earning English is much more effective when you have someone to practice with. A speaking partner provides real-time feedback, encouragement, and the chance to practice authentic conversations. It's one thing to talk to yourself, but speaking with another person pushes you to think quickly and respond naturally. You don't need to look far to find a speaking partner. Apps like Hello Talk, Tandem, or even Facebook groups dedicated to English learners are great places to connect with people who are also eager to practice linguistic leadership. If you're lucky, you might have a friend, colleague, or a family member who speaks English fluently. Ask them to dedicate a small amount of time each week to chat with you. You could even agree to teach them your native language in return. This way, both of you benefit. For example, one of my students found a language partner who loved traveling. They spent hours discussing dream destinations, travel tips, and funny stories about cultural differences. This not only helped her improve her English, but also made the process fun and engaging. Remember, the goal isn't to have perfect conversations. It's to get used to expressing yourself and becoming more comfortable with mistakes. A speaking partner will help you achieve that. Third, use the shadowing technique. The shadowing technique is a powerful method for improving pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency in English. To practice shadowing, find an audio or video clip featuring a native speaker. This could be a podcast, a movie scene, or even a TED Talk. Start by listening carefully to the speaker, then repeat exactly what they say as soon as they say it. Pay close attention to their tone, intonation, and word stress, and try to mimic it as closely as possible. Imagine you're an actor and you're trying to imitate their performance. For example, you might choose a motivational speech by a public figure like Barack Obama. Listen to a few sentences, pause the video, and repeat his words with the same energy and rhythm. At first, this might feel challenging, especially if the speaker talks quickly, but over time, you'll notice improvements in how naturally you can speak. Shadowing not only helps with pronunciation, but also trains your brain to process English at a conversational speed. 4, embrace mistakes. Mistakes are a natural and necessary part of learning. Think about how children learn to speak their first language. They make countless mistakes, but they never stop trying. Adults, however, often feel embarrassed or self-conscious about making errors. If you avoid speaking out of fear of mistakes, you're holding yourself back. Instead, try to view mistakes as opportunities to learn. If, for instance, if you say, I am going to the store, and someone corrects you to, I am going to the store, you've just learned something valuable. Mistakes are like stepping stones. They help you move forward. No one becomes fluent in a language without making errors along the way. Even native speakers make mistakes, whether it's a slip of the tongue or forgetting a word. To get more comfortable with mistakes, you can practice by speaking in low pressure situations. For example, try chatting with other learners who are also working to improve their English. They're less likely to judge you because they understand the struggle. 5, set realistic goals. Setting goals is crucial, but they need to be achievable and specific. It's easy to feel overwhelmed if your goal is too broad, like I want to speak English fluently. Instead, break it down into smaller, actionable steps. For instance, this week I'll learn 10 new phrases related to ordering food at a restaurant. By the end of the month, I'll have a 3-minute conversation with a language partner. Every day, I'll spend 15 minutes practicing pronunciation using a podcast. By setting smaller goals, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment with each milestone you reach. This builds momentum and keeps you motivated. 6, immerse yourself in English immersion is one of the best ways to improve your language skills. Surround yourself with English as much as possible, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. Here are some tips to immerse yourself. 1, watch movies and TV shows in English. Pick genres you enjoy. Add subtitles if necessary, but try to rely on them less over time. 2, watch movies and TV shows in English. That's such good. They try to rely on them less over time. 2, listen to English podcasts. Choose topics that interest you, whether it's self-improvement, comedy, or news. Listening regularly trains your ear to understand different accents and conversational styles. 3 letters underneath each. Write the English names of everyday items like fridge or mirror and stick them on the objects. This helps you associate the words with their meanings. 4, think in English. Throughout the day, I try to think in English instead of your native language. For example, when you're planning your grocery list, think, I need to buy bread, eggs, and milk. Instead of translating it, Immersion doesn't mean you need to relocate to an English speaking country. With technology, you can create an English rich environment wherever you are. 7, build confidence by starting simple. When you're just beginning to speak English, don't pressure yourself to use advanced vocabulary or complex grammar. Start with what you know and gradually build on it. For example, instead of saying, I think it will be a good idea to explore other options, you could say, I think we should look for other choices. So both sentences communicate the same idea, but the second one is simpler and easier to say. The more you succeed with simple sentences, the more confident you'll feel. Over time, you'll naturally start incorporating more advanced language into your speech. Let me share a story about a learner named Alex. Alex had studied English for years and could understand movies and books perfectly, but speaking was a challenge. He avoided conversations because he felt embarrassed about his pronunciation. One day, Alex decided to change his approach. He started practicing with a language partner for just 15 minutes a day. At first, he struggled to form sentences, made a lot of mistakes. But over time, he grew more confident. Now, Alex leads meetings at work in English and even gives presentations. Alex's journey shows that speaking English is a skill that improves with practice and patience. Improving your English speaking skills takes time, effort, and patience. By speaking daily, finding a partner, using techniques like shadowing, and embracing mistakes, you'll gradually build confidence and fluency. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to your goal. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. The journey to fluency is not a race. It's a marathon. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and believe in yourself. Your voice matters, and with time and persistence, you'll find it easier and more enjoyable to express yourself in English. Struggling to speak English is not a sign of failure. It's a normal part of learning. Remember, speaking is a skill that gets better with practice. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and celebrate every small victory. You've already taken the first step by understanding English. Now it's time to unlock the power of speaking. Keep practicing, stay patient, and believe in yourself. You are closer to fluency than you think. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm here to help you on this journey. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot, and it helps me create more great content for you. See you next video.